Welcome to SeriousRC. We've got another boat here today. We're going to test out, we're going to unbox it, take it to the lake, check speeds, and see if we like it. So it is the Intey H102. It's a 2.4 gigahertz radio. It's got a high-speed engine. It says it's fully proportionate. It's self-riding, and you can change the controls from left to right-handed. Other than that, that's all we've got. It's got a powerful high-speed motor and a large capacity battery. So let's open it up and see what's really inside. We don't need these instructions. All right, so first off the bat, we've got our battery. It looks like it's a 2-cell 600 milliamp hour 7.4 volt. I believe this is a lithium ion, but we'll probably find out. So here's our 2-channel stick radio. Not a big fan of stick radios, but we'll try it. It's got throttle trim and steering trim buttons. And now we've got the boat. I don't see a stand unless it's it's hiding in the back. All right, we've got our stand. It's a normal little cheapo. Put it together just like some of the other boats we've got. It's always nice to have a stand though. Can't complain, it came with it. This boat actually does feel a little heavy for the size. I do see some water cooling, so that's a plus. It comes with, so we've got an extra prop nut, which that's always good to have, an extra prop. We've got a screwdriver, very cheap. We've got a little tool for the prop. We've got our USB charger, and it looks like it came with a little thing of grease. That's always good to have around. And we've got a little rubber nose cone for kids at the pool, and you smash this rubber nose cone instead of smashing your boat. So just looking at the boat, we've got some turn fins, which is a plus. We've got, it looks like there's some built-in trim tabs. But let's get a closer look and dig into the boat and see what we've got. All right, so now that we've got a closer look, let's look at this boat. So we've got some trim tab built into the hull. We've got our turn fins that are non-adjustable, and they will break if you do hit a rock or something. Same with the rudder, they're non-breakaway. We've got a little single seat. We do have some water cooling. This might be a little, it looks like a little metallic or metal part. It might be one of those parts that won't let it run unless it's in the water. So let's get this open. This is a little stiff for the first time. Oh, okay. So now here we've got it's basically a double cover system, and a lot of boats have this now. Nice to keep the water out. You don't have to tape it up as long as it works properly. So it does have somewhat of a decent seal in there. It's not a rubber, it looks like a foam, but that's better than nothing. So we've got a piece of plastic to hold everything inside. We've got a strong propeller, water cooling, and a streamline hull. So it looks like we've got a 370 motor. The motor is water cooled. You could see the water cooling line that comes up from the bottom of the hull. We've actually got a servo, which is nice to have. It's replaceable. We've got our battery. Oh, we've got a second battery pack. That's nice. So these are 18 350s, so that's cool to have two. They've got balance plugs, so they are lithium. And then we've got our little receiver box up top. That might be a little tough to if we ever have to get in there, so hopefully we don't. All of the items have plugs to unplug here for easy access. If you need to work on it, you don't have to open up the box. There's no water cooling in the ESC, but that's not a huge issue. I can't tell if the drive shaft was greased, but it seems to be pretty free flowing. So let's get it all plugged in and see how it works. All right, we're here with the Intey little RC boat. It comes with 2 batteries, it's water cooling, it has a little sensor so you don't run the prop when it's out of water, saves kids' fingers. It's got an inner and outer hatch, so for better waterproofing. So let's throw it in the lake and see how she does. Yeah, it's really nice to have the inner and outer hatch so you don't have to use the hatch tape. Hatch tape is really a thing of the past with a lot of boats nowadays, so that makes it nice. So we're all packed up. This is a great looking boat. It looks fast, futuristic. It's water cooled. One downside, and it really doesn't matter on a boat like this, is the screw holes there. But other than that, it's fine. So. All right, so we've got a connection. So it is fully proportional. And we have reverse. And reverse is fully proportional too, which is nice. Ooh, it's got some pep. One downside to this boat is it's a stick transmitter, which is just fine, but you have to get used to it. Yeah, this boat, let's fix the trim a little bit. There we go, we're straight. Yeah, this boat will get up on its side. All right, let's test the self-riding abilities. All right, she is on its top. Man, that just screams. There we go. Took a little finesse, but nothing too bad. We do have water coming out of the water cooling, so that's a good sign. Don't have to mess with that. With some of these small boats, you do have to make sure there's no pinches or anything, so. Awesome. Let's see if we could get the GPS in there, get a speed reading. I will say after our self-riding test, it's bone dry. So now this might alter our top speed a little bit just by adding the weight. The GPS is not light compared to the size of this hull, so. We'll get a couple passes. That should be good enough to get a nice reading there. So it did 10 miles an hour, if you can, let's see, there we go. 10 miles an hour, not bad for this little guy. The Cheerson, which is quite a bit bigger, did 12 miles an hour, so if I had a fresh battery, it might have even done 11, but throw some speed grease on there, throw a different prop, and I bet you could go 15 even. Yeah, I like this boat for the price. It's a great looking boat. It's great size. It just feels solid. I just don't like the transmitter, but for my daughter, it might be nice because she doesn't really get the pistol grips that well. So nice thing is you can just literally toss it in and go. Now it looks like it's got built-in trim tabs on the hull, but it almost looks like it runs a little nose heavy. I wish it didn't have those. I wish it had some ones that you can mess with on the rear, little metal or even none at all, but I can see the water coming out. That's great. This one, I will say, launches pretty good from a stop. So let's try this out. Yeah, it takes up and gets up on plane very nicely. Hey, it looks like we're gonna have the sun peek out a little bit. That's great. I must like this boat. Yeah. I will say with the dual stick transmitter, it does make it a little more easier to be precise in the turns on this. Reverse can does work pretty well. I will say this boat is a little bit louder than the other boats, so I don't know if it just needs a little grease. I'll have to open it up and see, or if it just has some components that don't fit that well with the motor. I don't know. It's nice that it's fully proportional. A lot of boats that are not very expensive just aren't fully proportional, so it's tough to make precise turns or even throttle. It's either on or off, so it's really nice that you can idle into shore if you want. Very slowly, you can maneuver. You've got your reverse. Be interesting to do a full speed reverse, see what happens. Ooh, that'll stop it. Full reverse. Ooh, oh, that was pretty cool. So reverse will sink it underwater. Let's get it under, it'll pull it up. Yep, it'll pull it down. See it sinking there? And you flop it up. Yeah, that's cool. Not great on your battery life, but kind of fun to see it going halfway underwater and then just pop up. Let's see scale planing on it. It's idle. Yeah, that plane's pretty good. Give it some gas. And there's our low battery alarm. It actually didn't cut it off like the other boats do. I can still go full speed, but I know it's time to bring it in. So that was driving the Intey boat. Let's see if there's any water. The dual hull is nice. Yeah, we got a little water, probably from driving it backwards underwater. But anyways, I like this boat. Let's check out the motor temps. It's warm but not hot. Battery temps are cold, so I bet you there might be some more battery life in there. It's just not sucking it that hard. It's a great little boat for the price. I really like it compared to some of the other boats of this price. It feels like it's good quality. The ABS is just stout. It's just solid. You can't even press it in. So you know it's a good quality boat. Anyways, if you do want to check it out, I'll have a link in the description. It's got trim tabs, turn fins, nice little rudder. It turns nicely. It comes with 2 batteries, which is great compared to the others. So anyways, have fun with it. See ya.